Hey guys, I'm back to elaborate more on the previous video I was posting. I ran out of storage, so I had to cut the video short. Whatever. So for people that don't know me, my name's Amanda. I'm a psychic and a medium. If you're interested in developing those skills, I have a few tips and tricks for you. In order to open up more psychic abilities, you definitely have to open up your third eye chakra. I would definitely look into chakras, how to open them up. When you open up your third eye chakra, a lot of weird things are gonna happen. It might be a little scary. Don't worry, you'll be fine. You'll probably see a little bit of ghosts. I don't ever fully see ghosts. I always see them out of the corner of my eyes. See them in white or black silhouettes. It does not mean that they're good or they're bad. Ghosts cannot harm you. Um, yeah, so then if you open up your third eye, just make sure to try to energetically um, shield your energy. Try to create an energetic force field around yourself to keep your energy to yourself and don't allow others' energy to enter your force field or your safe space. Because when you open up your third eye and other chakras, you can end up developing empathy where you can pick up other people's emotions. So make sure that you know that those are somebody else's. So yeah, you can always do that by meditating, astral projecting, and then always opening up your chakras. When you open up your chakras and stuff like that, one way to be energetically protected is to get yourself some crystals, and you can cleanse them, and you can hold them in your hands, and say a prayer or put positive energy into it for protection for yourself. Each crystal means something different for protection or anything for all that. Just Google what each crystal is or which one you're looking for. Yeah, you can always, I think amethyst, the purple one, is good for dreams. So if you have amethyst crystal, put it in your pillowcase or next to your bed when you sleep. It will help you. Yeah, all kinds of crystals mean all different things. Remember, we're all energetic beings. Crystals hold energy, and so you can clear and cleanse out the energy, and you can instill energy in the crystals of what you want to be. And what their purpose is for you when you purchase those crystals or use them, or to keep them around your house for absorbing negative energy. We're all energetic beings. We're all connected. We're all one with Mother Earth. Um, so yeah, so when you open up your third eye and stuff, always try to do meditation. You can always go into dreamland or astral projection and train with your spirit team. They are there to guide you, and they want you to be successful in honing in on all these abilities, and also want to guide you over to your spiritual journey. It can be scary and overwhelming at times to stay on track and realize you're not crazy and all this amazing stuff truly is happening. Yeah. So definitely tune in, try to go through your spiritual journey. Again, I know it can be scary at times and overwhelming. I went through a spiritual awakening multiple times throughout my life. I was pretty in tuned, but when I was 14 or 16, had multiple spiritual awakenings. Again, it's intense, so sometimes you kind of step back or stop the progress, which I definitely regret stopping any of the progress when I was younger. And most recently, around this December, I started another spiritual awakening and completed and closed it back around March 12th, around the full moon, where I fully went through my spiritual awakening. I did all my shadow work, which is basically your trauma you went through, releasing that. You gotta hit it head on, figure out what happened to you, why you feel this way, why were you hurt by this traumatic experience when you're younger or even as an adult, healing from past relationships, if you've been involved with narcissists, how to deal with that trauma, how to release and let it, because it no longer resonates in your life. After you do your shadow work, always remember you have to readjust your emotions and your feelings. You have to learn to let go. Remember, your emotions are controlled by your mind. If you can control your emotion, you can control your emotions by your mind. Your emotions do not control your mind. So if you're in the mindset, and there's traumas I had to deal with, like narcissism, where I always felt like I was good enough, and I would spiral down these ways of thinking, like, oh my God, I'm not good enough, or I can't do this, or can I really, get that job, and it's always a little voice in your head saying, oh, you can't do it, because you were programmed either as a small child or as an adult with any narcissist or any negative person around your life is just putting negativity on you. And after you do the shadow work of dealing with that, you have to remember to remove those thought processes. Remove those thought processes, acknowledge them, and get rid of them. Because if you're fully healed, you don't need those negative thought processes. You don't need those negative emotions. As you grow and you learn certain things that trigger you, those triggers are something you got to acknowledge. That's another tiny little shadow work, just a little bit of reminiscing of a shadow work. I don't know if that's a word. You get what I'm saying. That you still have to deal with the emotions and the way that you were thinking around that time set. And now that you're not in your fight or flight, you're no longer in fight and flight. Like, you're safe, you're fine, you're humble, you're home. That you don't need those feelings, you don't need those emotions, you don't need that mindset, because you did your shadow work. That is the past person of you. You are a completely different person after you complete and do all your shadow work, and that you are able to be the person that you've always wanted to be, without doubt, with confidence, and fully healed. There's no reason to doubt yourself. There's no reason to go back to those negative thought patterns. You have to release and let them go once you go through all the shadow work. So I wish you the best on pursuing all this. Hopefully it's something that interests you, or at least was something you found interesting. Please comment or share.